Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Harmonious Milton, an evening of voice and verse. My name is Larry Beckwith. I am the artistic producer of Confluence Concerts here in Toronto, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to partner with the organizers of the 13th Annual Milton Symposium, especially Professor John Rogers, in preparation of tonight's musical program. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. Tonight's is a wide-ranging concert featuring music spanning 6 centuries, performed by the local vocal ensemble Opus 8, led by Robert Busakevich, and supported by a wonderful string quartet, and the organist Robert Dixon, who is music director at the Church of St. Mary Magdalene on Manning Avenue, about 10 blocks west of here. Our host and attendant spirit is one of Canada's finest actors, R.H. Thompson. The author of the splendid script is Dr. Seth Herbst, who teaches at the United States Military Academy at West Point, and whose book, Milton and Music, has recently been published by Routledge Press. We're delighted to have you here this evening and hope you will enjoy the program. Our overture is the Passacae in G major by George Frederick Handel.
round again. Their golden harps they took, harps, ever tuned, that glittering by their side like quivers hung, and with preamble sweet of charming symphony they introduced their sacred song and waken raptures high. To Milton's heaven, welcome, one and all. We trust you joyed in that preamble sweet, orchestral harbinger of sacred songs, and songs we freely admit profane. Fret not, our music springs from Milton's verse that sings of God's just ways, and also of the ways of Lady and the enchanter of the wood, of men, both bit with mirth and sunk in thought, of sphere-born sisters, voice and verse, whose sounds we intermix to waken raptures high. I am your host, your Thyrsis, if you please, the spirit of this studious cloister's pale. Milton, who should be living at this hour, your patron's saint, offspring of heaven, firstborn, if I may thus express him, all unblamed, loved music from an early hour, in light and with sweet harmonies encompassed round, and sweet song paternal. Our task this eve shall be to compass round you noble peers with sounds our poet might have heard at home or near abroad, and also later sounds he never heard or dreamt perhaps to hear. Fit music taught by worthy minds to span words with just note and accent. Milton's words that with their martial gait inexorable, baffle too many composers, sense of breath, and hobble their measure. Yet some brave few have set the poet's words to song. Smooth laws, Handel, a British baroque staged the crown, stout Parry, radiant Martin, local child, and thrice adventurous Bussecuve, where is he, Robert? But chiefly thou, O spirit, that dost prefer before all instruments the sublime voice, instruct us. For thou knowest, thou from the first was present, with ample lungs inspired, sang verse into the deep and masted ring. Say first, for heaven mutes no sound from thy ears, nor this high embowered roof. Say first, what voice will move this prodigy, John Milton's band, met here to drink the sounds of solemn music, whose genial sounds will first make ring the spheres, the buoyant Handel. He it was whose skill wedded Milton's verse to nimble voice, unfolding Milton's mind in British halls, devout to music. First will flow the strains of gorgeous tragedy, in sceptred Paul come sweeping by. Samson here quits himself, like Samson, Milton's antagonist revealed in darkling sound. Your ears I bid you ope to Samson's blind lament, the eclipse of hope, preceded by the joyful noise of song, triumphant, Hebrews freed, and bitter songs of Philistines, devoured by the crash of fallen temple. Then the learned sock put on, or rather the lyric mantle blue. O sprightly danced measured gait, the inventive strains of lyric state, with quickening steps and thoughtful cares, the lyric mode made into airs, the airs with chorus set to sing, that Milton's youthful men do bring as disputants within a ring against each other still to sing. So Handel's bright, adventurous mind makes Milton's lyrics, each its kind, form up a drama of ideas, where speaks Allegro to his peer, Penseroso shall not fear to banish mirth with sober suit for melancholy strong to brood. The last word we, however, give to mirth, whose spirit will forgive. Now, prologue like, I fly the stage as Milton's verse rings off the page.
It's
young and old came forth and played the tunes of Handel, right well made. But now we tune our harps anew to sounds our poet heard as true, sweet echoes of the earliest noise affiliated with our joys. The poet's father tuned his silver lyre in service of a dulcet Christian muse. Our choral ranks now hymn an anthem sad, descanting on a tragic Samuel text. When David heard that Absalom was slain, he went up into his chamber over the gate and wept. And thus he said, my son, O Absalom, my son, would God I had died for thee. The father's high lament for his slain son reverberates through the elder Milton's song, a poignant call as though to his own son, who shared with him a half of the Greek God divided into voice and verse. The son might well have heard these voices melting flow, directed by the father through the maze of elegiac sorrow raised to art, the sounds of grief transmuted into song. Yet still the father's fluent song rang out in his son's mind, keen ear reverberant. As well the spirit of mirth, Could the elder man divulge in pert and nimble madrigal, to pay fair Orion large tribute blithe, the sun took in the strains of jocund dance. Before the fluvial threshold of Welsh court, the jocund muse spake fair to Milton's feast, inspiring him with lyric thought serene, firm basis for the friendly Harry songs that graced young Milton's rigorous courtly mask and tuned his happiest lines in dancing theme. His wonted flight through involuted verse, in dubious light, the syntax seems to scan to darkened minds. Our poet, gently curved, stopping the flow of liquid verse in lines most circumspect. Sabrina fair glides on in thought, but gently Milton banks her course. Sabrina fair, listen where thou art sitting, under the glassy, cool, translucent wave, in twisted braids of lilies knitting the loose train of thy amber dropping hair. Listen, for dear honor's sake, goddess of the silver lake, listen and save.
Thank you.
thoughts of the Silver Lake did raise the lady off the chair, that lady sang the sweetest song that laws could tune to span his poet's verse in gracious notes that turn involved in melismatic arabesque. Sweet echo, sweetest nymph that lives unseen within the airy shell by slow meanders margined green, and in the violet embroidered veil where the love-lorn nightingale nightly to thee her sad song mourneth well. Canst not tell me of a gentle pair that likes thy narcissus are? Or if thou have hid them in some flowery cave, tell me, but where, sweet queen of parley, daughter of the sphere, so mayest thou be translated to the skies and give resounding grace to all heaven's harmonies. No more of early song, whether father or friend wed verse to voice. No more of tonal art, the crown of high Baroque. I now must change those notes to modern, fair accord, and song delivered by two living guests, whose skill the poet might have praised or wondered at. First, Robert Bushakiewicz. We hear, with epic skill he seized the epic grand. The first of Milton's invocations bold transmutes to song, or from the boiling cells of Milton's words by strange conveyance filled out each chord with startling harmony. As in an organ with one blast of air to many a row of pipes, the soundboard breathes, anon out of the air a complex anthem rose like an exhalation with the sound of rapturous symphonies and voices sweet. Terpsichord, with martial grace, bent down to the ear of her adventurous acolyte, whispering, gave signs to set and span only the final sentence of this verse. A smooth air it is not. Seek rather sound ecstatic, stood outside the tonal bounds, our poet would have known, yet would he still discern aesthetic grace as traces clear of chant medieval and sweet chorale, achieved through proclamation ultimate to justify the ways of God to man. From song to Martin's anthem high upheld, by sound of organ grand, rise up, composer. Martin, Stephanie, but it doesn't scan the line. Martin, her nimble-footed, tuneful muse, aloft like a bird, close in listening ear, a hushed, unfolding grace confided soft to Torontonian acolyte of song. The text flows from the sober-suited verse, sage melancholy's hopeful prophet penned in service to his high-aspiring age. And as I wake, sweet music breathe above, about, or underneath, sent by some spirit to mortals good, or the unseen genius of the wood. But let my dew feet never fail to walk the studious cloisters pale, and love the high embowed roof with antique pillars massy proof, and storied windows richly dight, casting a dim religious light. There let the pealing organ blow, To the full-voiced choir below, in service high and anthems clear, as may with sweetness through mine ear dissolve me into ecstasies, and bring all heaven before mine eyes. As radiant Martin, Milton's verse unspools in sound, list first with ear expectant rapt, for the high strains of organ's silver pipe, ethereal grace descanting. Then prepare for pealing pedal with manual enhanced. Bold Milton's world of sound joins our own, mimetic art that holds us as in a glass, the imaginary music Pansoroso did dream to hear. I flee the ready stage. once more, O ye powers, and once more, ye critics, deft with papers always near. I come to give you nuggets full and rich, and with my voice to lull you not to sleep, but glad your listening ears. Our voices now harmonious and the fruit of our new century's muse, whose mortal strains bring life into the world and all our joy, with gain of harmony, as our opus 8 restores us and regain their blissful seats. Sing, Torontonian muse, in that dazzling nave of this Redeemer. This hall didst inspire that music that first graced our happy ears. Now, final cadence fast approaches nigh our waiting ears. No dulcet strains expect to hear, no shy, sweet whispers, coyly minced in accent prim. Stout Parry, high romantic, with shoulders broad and large, bestrides the stage, imperially grand and full-voiced choir, abetted by the organ's brazen blast, conclusive. No, this vasty ode is not the subtlest beast of all the vocal field, but warm behemoth, lit by inward glow of Brahmsian pastoral. Yet this great ode comes not from epic source or tragic play, but rather from our poets' lyric gift, inspired by songful form Italian born, canzone, nimbly lilting madrigal. As Handel too transported was by this, our poet's early lyric mode, so fast did Parry, choral dean of song, his ode inspire with magisterial heft to raise the name of Milton's muse to heaven's height. But now my task is nearly done. I can fly or I can run quickly to the waiting pews, heroic sounds my mind to infuse. Mortals that would follow me, stay where you sit, there you'll be free. This carefree verse I'll conclude once more, and then you will see me out the door. Parry is all before us now to hear our grandest joy, and Opus 8 our guide, with friends Miltonic, seated side by side, through Parry sail to endless morns of light.